So when you talk about cryptography, again going back to the CIA triangle, right? Confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Cryptography talks about the talking more on integrity part as well as confidentiality part. Cryptography in a simple language is nothing but an encryption or a secrecy, right? You want to make sure that data which is very, very high sensitive, they are secured with the right encryption key. That means it is not been modified by any unauthorized person. And also when you are sharing your data with the third party, for example, John is sharing the data with Sarah as an example, Sarah can verify that it is only John who has sent the data to her and nobody else. So having a cryptographic mechanism, there are a number of methods in that, SSH, SHA method, and many other methods are available in cryptography and encryption technology, where based on your business need, what do you want to achieve out of the data, security or integrity or availability, you can pick and choose what encryption methodology you want to use in your environment to protect and secure the data further. When it comes to data, privacy is a #1 priority. Because of the new laws of privacy breach notification bill which has passed in Australia, GDPR, which is a European law for general data privacy, all of these privacy requirement, including APRA CPS 234 in the financial banking industry, right? They all talk about making sure that the data is secure and kept private. Going back to the second part after the privacy, what are the different approach? So when you talk about the encryption and the cryptography within the data, there are 3 elements you need to focus on. Securing data while at rest, securing data while in transit, securing data while in use. So you can apply based on your requirement. I'll give an example. When the data has been transmitted within the World Wide Web or through the VPN, we want to make sure that it is transmitted in an encryption channel. So no third party can tap into your data and take it out when it is secured in an encrypted mode when you're transiting. Could be within the network, could be on the cloud, could be on the internet, right? For example, you must have seen in your browser SSL, secure socket layer, the green lock icon what you see, which is nothing but transmitting the data over the internet through your web browser in a secure manner. That's a SSL encryption. Data at rest, that means you have a laptop, you are storing the data on your machine and you are using an encryption called BitLocker. That means even if your machine is stolen, somebody takes out the hard disk trying to put it in the other device to get the data out, they won't be able to get it because it is encrypted with your private and public key with BitLocker. So that's an example of data at rest. Data in motion or secure in motion, I would say data in use. There are methods available where we are storing the data at a field level, at the table level in your database, you are able to encrypt even at that level. So while using the data itself, you are securing it or you are encrypting it. So it has to follow these 3 principles of in motion, in use, at rest. Weaknesses in terms of the key length, we call it, right? Every cryptography or encryption have a key length. Now, is 256 hash or 256 bit key is secure today, or do we need to use higher? Well, answer is yes and no. Depends upon what technology you have to break that particular key. We talk about the quantum computing now. If somebody has the access to the quantum computing, how long will it take for the person to break 256 encryption key? It all depends upon that. What is the purpose of using that encryption key, as well as how strong is your key and what methods and what technology is available today to break that particular key. To 128-bit key, we don't say is secure anymore because people have access to that kind of machine power to break their encryption key within days or months. But as you go higher, right now it is secure, but we don't know tomorrow. Tomorrow, maybe in a month's time or a year time, they have the new technology available where it can be cracked. So there is nothing called which is secure today, which is not going to be secure tomorrow. So it all depends upon the time and effort and the motive of the person who is trying to crack it. So private enterprise who are creating the data, who are collecting the data, they have to apply the same 3 principles: securing the data in transit, securing the data on rest, and securing the data while in use. So they will apply the same three principles of cryptography or encryption within these three areas by securing the hard disk with the BitLocker, using SSH and VPN for tunneling environment, using RSA and other methodologies, 256-bit encryption on the database or the storage which they are using it, or while they are using the data. So these three principles will apply for irrespective of industry, including the private. Cryptographic tool, there is not one set of tool, it depends upon the business use. Going back again to the similar, so BitLocker is one tool for encrypting and securing your hard disk. We have secure software layer or SSL as on certification encryption for your web browser. We have SHA and RSA encryption for your database and many other level. So there are, depends upon what your business need. Most of the tools are provided by the technology provider whose technology you're using it, or you can bring your own encryption as you like it into your environment as well. I haven't seen a lot of people hiring cryptographers. Usually cryptographers are hired by government and militaries and air force and defense and these kind of people, because they need that kind of knowledge, because their data is very highly sensitive. So they want to make sure they have the cryptographers experts within their team to encrypt the data and how it has been shared and how it is being reused. But from the normal industry, commercial industry, enterprise, I haven't seen people hiring as a cryptographer. But the security professionals who are working in a cyber security field, they do have a basic knowledge of what cryptography and encryption they can use, where to use it and how to use it. But they are not expert in developing a cryptography algorithm as examples in defense and government sector as we see, or mission critical environment like NASA and others.